Hi everyone, welcome to the heart of Illumination. I'm Joseph. Yeah, let's tune into our breath. You can either do deep breaths on your own or just do a couple breaths with me with your eyes closed. In and out. In and out. Yeah, more important about the breath, yes, focus on the breath, but just allow it to relax you. In and out. And allow the breath to relax you, to help you come into the state of calm, receptivity, and allowance. Thank you. Uh, I like to do these little breaths, little exercise at the beginning of my video because it also helps me to just calm down, center myself, and focus before I share this message with you. And for me, the breath is actually really beautiful. I notice as I went through my journey of self-discovery and and mindfulness, I realized how important the breath is. And different people have different realization about the breath. It's a rabbit hole in itself, but we can cover that in another time. But the key thing is, for me, I know whenever my mind is running a million miles a second, I center back on my breath. I focus back on my breath. Am I breathing really fast? Is there constriction? Am I feeling tightness in my body? And so those little points of awareness, or it could be a number of other points of awareness, usually leads back to the breath. And then I'm like, okay, before I focus too much on any of these thoughts or allow the thoughts to continue, let me just take a couple breaths. It doesn't matter, right? It's just a couple breaths. If those thoughts are valid, I can return to those thoughts and dive in. So yeah, I would just take a couple breaths and I would feel instantly relieved from those thoughts. The moment I focus on my breath, it's already 80% of the work. It's already 80% of the heavy lifting. I already tuned my focus from my thought to my breath. And then the next action is just naturally receiving the breath. And for me, that moment of presence, it might be just a couple milliseconds, but that's all I needed. And then of course the second and the third breath helps in a way solidify the redirection, right? If I just take one breath, okay, I looked briefly that way, my thought was trying to drag me that way, I looked briefly this way, but yet, oh, I have been looking this way for 2 more seconds or more, then I'm gonna keep the inertia, the momentum is this way now. So that's, in a way, a really small micro practice in terms of mindfulness and breathing. There's a whole bunch of techniques out there. You can overcomplicate it. You can take 3-hour a week course or retreat just on breathing. So that's not what I'm here to cover. But hopefully that helps you. And as always, my messages here are to help you, hopefully uplift you, make you laugh a little, entertain you, and educate you. And whatever doesn't resonate, leave the rest. But if you find it helpful for you, please hit the like button, subscribe, and leave feedback in the comment. Because as I make more video, I want to make them for you, right? For each of you. And the more personalized I can make these videos, the better. Obviously, it, it is to help anyone that come across my video through the lifetime of the video, and they might not get everything from the video and not everything might resonate. But if someone stumble upon the video or actively looks for the video, and one or two things help them in terms of maybe just help them shift their mindset a little bit, or help them shift a thought, kind of a thought bubble, help them be a little more inspired, help them be a little calm, that would be great. And yeah, so I'm just gonna take a couple more breaths and allow what comes through to come through, and hopefully it'll be of service to you. So I felt called to touch my put my hand on my solar plexus for a moment, and there was a little bit of a constriction as I was breathing. So for some of you, maybe you're feeling that there's a need, there's a call to become the powerful you. That's what's coming through. And my advice to you in this moment is feel the call, think positively about this call, and welcome and honor this call, right? It might not come in words. You might not have a spirit or an angel come in and be like, oh, it's your moment to feel powerful and become more powerful. A lot of, actually, from my experience, and I'll share more of this later on as the channel develops, most messages and most nudges or intuitive guidance, they come very subtly. That's why there's a whole mindfulness practice and movement and teaching and lineage of teaching to just be mindful and calm the mind. By calming the mind, you calm the feeling. By calming the feeling, you calm sensations, and then they all kind of interplay. You calm sensations, you calm feelings, whatever. And once there's, in a way, a tranquil lake, right? Your entire being becomes kind of a tranquil lake. Then a breeze in form of an intuitive guidance from the spiritual world or the non-physical comes in, and of course, because the lake is tranquil, it's calm, you'll feel it. You'll feel that gentle breeze and move the water, and you'll see that little wave. So it's kind of like that. So going back, so in a way, having this nudge of I'm being called to feel more powerful. I'm being called to tune into my power, to align to my power. And just accept that invitation. It doesn't mean it's an action. It doesn't mean, it's just accepting it. Because one of the key things, and I've been through this myself, is when there's when there's this invitation to become more powerful. I've been through this many times. My first reaction would be to no. No. Right? It's not that I vocally say it, but I would be, let's say I would be holding my solar plexus, the call comes in, I'll be like, no, take my hand off, right? That would have been my instant reflex. Or my mind would have had a thought of no. Or I would have just stepped away, did something, or kept myself busy. Anything other than just be here. I feel, right? Tune into your power. I keep my hand on my solar plexus, No need to change. Remain in my stillness. Interesting, right? That's still, you're not denying it and you're not walking away from it. You're allowing it, right? Oh, interesting. Never heard that before. Never felt that before. Never had this invitation. And I want to say, for most people, if you feel called to this channel or this video, that is the first step. It's okay when you feel that call. If you don't say yes immediately, that's okay. It's okay. If you, like me, took your hand off your solar plexus, that's okay. If you couldn't handle the energy or that invitation, it's completely okay. The invitation will come again. Don't worry. It's more about allowing. So once you've had it the first time, it'll come later on. Of course, life will continue to happen, and life will show you experiences that would kind of guide you and help you be more allowing, right? Because if in that moment you didn't allow tuning into your power, becoming more powerful, over the next days or weeks, life might show you how remaining small or remaining at your own current power level or state of being with your own limitation on your own power, how life will unfold for you for another week if you stay there. It's not a good or bad thing, right? This is just how the universe responds and helps us, guides us, right? And sometimes as you learn more things about self-development or the mindfulness or spiritual teachings, as you tune into more of this stuff, you'll realize that life is always sending you messages, right? This, me recording a message, sending it, uploading on YouTube, and you watching it, is a very kind of blatant. It's as blatant as it gets in terms of sending a message and the transmission. But the non-physical usually just sends a little nudge. So, for example, if maybe you watch a YouTube video or something on social media and it tells you to say an affirmation, right? I am a social butterfly. Okay, that's your affirmation, and you say it 100 times, kind of get it through your system. So how will life unfold for you over the next couple days or a week, right? Life will give you opportunities to become a social butterfly, right? So if you have some social anxiety, you might not normally go out during the week, but life will invite you to go out at least a couple of times during that week to practice socializing, to become the social butterfly that you align to and set an intention to become. And it's still your choice, right? You don't have to do it. And so let's say that week you don't do it. Even with these invitations, you don't do it. But usually the invitation is almost, you have to go, right? It's a family or it's something special or whatever. But even if you don't go, fine. But life, if you delay it a little bit or delay it enough, and you keep saying those affirmations at home, right? We're gonna be a social butterfly. Then life, instead of the first week after you said a whole bunch of those affirmations, will be like, all right, he's not doing it, but he wants to become this thing. How are we gonna help him? Well, by the third week, you're gonna receive an invitation that you cannot refuse. You just have to go buy groceries or whatever. And hopefully it's still a gentle support or a gentle assistance, right? Maybe you have to get grocery, right? So we're up here, you have to go grocery. You'll meet either a girl that you're interested in, or or someone invites you to a party and you have to go. They literally drag you. And so that's a little bit, so now you're getting thrown to the wolves, right? So you get a little bit more intense lesson. So for this example, it was just more about social anxiety and becoming a person that's social, right? A social butterfly. But for certain things, if you don't learn the lesson the simple way, simple and gentle way, easing into it and developing week over week, it'll get a little bit more intense. And then if you still don't do it and you want to be, and you still want to become the person you want, then life gives you a harder lesson, right? Some people, and you probably heard from your own experience, from friends or whatever, that they get in a car accident. I'm not saying it's all going to be like that, or something dramatic happens so that they have no choice than to practice in the hardest arena possible. So just let that sink in. I know there's a lot, just let that sink in. And so that's it. So if you want to just take one message away, so let this week and the week that happened before this moment in time, let all this sink in. And kind of the 7 days before today and the 7 days after is kind of your 2 week of initiation into tuning into your own powerful self, right? And we don't have to dive too deep into what power, some people have negative definitions of power, negative beliefs about power. Don't think about any of that, right? So let me offer a way to think about power, and if that resonates with you, great. If not, to meditate, calm down, meditate, tune into a definition that works for you. But for me, right, so power is just simple as me being able to get up each day, wake up in a very healthy, aligned, and kind of harmonious way, right? Getting up, waking up from sleep. And then I still have to use power, tune into my own power to do self-care, right? To start my day, to eat, to cook, make breakfast, start my routine, to work through the rest of my day, right? So in this context, power is just what I use every day to live my life how I want to live my life. It could be as simple as that. Of course, we can make that more advanced and say you want to write, you're an author and you want to write the next bestseller. That could be power. But the key thing is, you've received the invitation over the past week to tune into your power. And over the next week, if you're resisting that power, the gentle thing is just maybe you'll hold your hand in the solar plexus like I did, but just when the invitation comes, maybe just don't say anything. Just nudge, say yes, just sit with it, take a breath when it comes, and that's it. It could be as simple as that. And so that's level 1, right? Very simple. And maybe a level 2 or 3 is just to just say yes 3 times, and so it is. And so it is. And then if you feel very aligned to this call, or you're out and about and you're doing very empowered things, right? Maybe you're not always like that, but in that moment, right? In that moment, you feel very aligned. And when that call comes, do an exhilarating thing, right? Yes, 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 right? And then once that process or that flow, that moment of exhilaration has played its course, tune back in, right? Calm back down, and integrate it, right? Because you might not remember that moment. Most likely you will, because it's pretty intense, right? Pretty, when we get mind, feeling, body, everything get into it, we'll usually remember it. Yet, if you don't remember it, just at least for that moment, calm back down, integrate that, connect with that point of invitation to tune into your power. And even if your mind even if you never remember that, that's at least you telling the universe, thank you for the invitation. I fully accept the invitation. Thank you. So I hope that was helpful. Please come back to my channel and look for other videos that would be helpful to you. Have a good day.